Welcome back to Recap Central. Today I'm going to explain a horror movie called Wrong Turn. Spoilers ahead. Subscribe for more videos like this. Jen Shaw has been missing for 6 weeks. She is Scott Shaw's daughter. Scott goes to a town close to Jen's last known location. He talks to the sheriff, who offers little help. Scott asks at the hotel Jen had stayed in, but gets no answers from them. At the local bar, a strange man tells him he should give up trying to find her. 6 weeks earlier, Jen, her boyfriend Darius, Adam and Mila, and Gary and Luis arrive at a small town in rural Virginia to go for a hike. They stop at a hotel. The owner instructs Jen to not go out of the trail when they hike. At night they go to a bar where a strange man starts arguing with them. When they go outside, they see a person looking inside their car. Adam throws a bottle at him, and the man goes away. The next day Jen is out on a run. She sees a woman that sells homemade bracelets. She buys one. The woman's daughter Ruthie is there. Later the group goes on their hike. When coming back, Darius says a Civil War fort is nearby and he wants to go. Jen doubts the idea, but Darius convinces her. They walk for hours without finding the fort. So they decide to return to the trail. Suddenly a huge log starts rolling towards them. They run for their lives down the hill. Gary gets hit by the log and dies. Luis blames Darius for taking them off the trail. Luis is devastated. They agree to continue on their way and send help when they reach the town. Night comes as they walk. They are lost now, and camp there for the night. Next morning when they wake up, Mila is gone together with all their phones. Adam searches the woods for Mila. The rest go as well. While searching, a chain pulls Adam's leg and drags him into a hole. The rest try to find him, but they see a snake and retreat. They go find help. They find a building full of things from previous hikers. Suddenly they hear noise nearby and they hide. 2 men wearing primitive clothing and deer skulls carry Adam tied to a stick. Darius runs to help Adam. The men speak a strange language. Darius tries to talk with them, but they can't understand. Adam wakes up and strikes one of them in the head with a log. He keeps hitting him until he is dead. The other man is gone. At that time Mila appears. She also saw the man and hid away. Jen confronts Adam for killing the man. They agree to tell no one. They continue looking for a way back to the town. Darius trips a wire on the floor. A spiky log drops, hitting him. They take care of his wounds and carry on. Luis is behind the group and a wild man grabs him. The men surround the group. Adam panics and starts running. Mila follows. Darius and Jen run in a different direction. They hide inside a cave but get abducted. While running, Mila falls in a trap. She gets impaled in sharp sticks, suffering severe injuries. Adam goes back to save her, but after seeing her she runs away. Mila begs for help. A wild man appears. She asks for help, but the man shoots her. Jen wakes up in a hole. She is in her underwear and her hands are tied. She screams for help. The woman she bought a bracelet from earlier opens the pit. Her name is Edith. She tells Jen to be quiet. After a while the pit opens. They give her food and water and take her out. The rest of the group is also there. They put sacks in their heads and take them to their civilization that has many houses and people. They are taken to a cave and forced to kneel. The leader Venable enters. This is a court and the group are prisoners awaiting trial. A man named Hobbs says he saw them at the town. He was the one at their car the other night. Morgan says Adam killed his brother. They found Adam inside a hunting trap. They were trying to help him when they found the group and Adam killed his brother. Venable asks if this is true. Jen denies it. They ask Ruthie about the murder. She points at Adam. Jen says it was self-defense. Venable dismisses it and sentences Adam to death. Adam snaps and breaks free, taking Ruthie hostage. He demands to be freed, but Ruthie escapes after stabbing his leg. The rest of the group is sentenced to darkness. They cover their heads and take them away. Adam is laid on a table. Darius, Jen and Luis are kneeling in front of him. According to the Foundation, someone that is killed must die like the one he killed. Venable grabs the log Adam used to kill the man. He hits him several times until he is dead. The rest are mortified. Now it's time for their punishment. Those sentenced to darkness get their head poked out with a hot blade and placed into a cell. Venable blinds Luis. When it's Darius' turn, Jen talks about how Darius could be helpful to them as he works building houses. Jen convinces Venable to let him help them. Venable asks Jen how she could help the community. She says she is healthy and can breed children. The community accepts. Venable warns them they will be sent to the cave if they do not contribute. The people accept them happily. Jen is taken to a house. She is now Venable's wife. His previous wife died a year ago. Their lives belong to the Foundation now. Back home, Scott is worried about Jen as she hasn't called for weeks. His wife tells him to focus on his sons instead, but after 6 weeks he decides to go find Jen. But he finds no help in the town. Even the police ignore him. Later at the bar, the hotel owner, Reggie, sits with him. She says she is sorry for his daughter but he should give up. People that go to the mountain never come back. Scott is curious as he finally gets valuable information. The woman tells him about the propel on the mountain. They call themselves the Foundation. The whole town knows about them but they don't dare to talk. It started in 1859 when some members of the town left to live their own way. They are afraid of America collapsing and plan to build a new America led by the Foundation. They kidnap anyone that disrupts them. On his way to the hotel, a group of drunk men beat him. They want him to leave as he is disrupting the peace. Scott bandages his wounds. The next morning he goes to the mountain. Reggie tries to convince him not to go. But Scott would risk his life for his daughter. Reggie decides to take him to see 2 men. They agree to help him as they are tired of the Foundation. Ed is Reggie's cousin and a hunter. Ed and his son go with Scott to the mountain. Ed notices a trap, but as he examines it he triggers another trap. A log falls onto them. Scott jumps last second but Ed and his son die. He continues to search and finds the community of the Foundation. He sneaks in but gets caught. Darius stands above him. Scott asks him for help. But Darius doesn't respond. An arrow shoots into his shoulder. His own daughter Jen is shot at. The Foundation brainwashed Jen and Darius and they have become part of the Foundation. Scott is sentenced to life in darkness for trespassing. Scott asks Jen for help. She replies she is not his daughter anymore. At night Jen and Venable are in bed when he asks her if she feels sad for her dad. She dismisses it and seduces Venable. Later that night she sneaks out and finds her dad. She had to shoot him to save them both. As if she showed mercy for him, the Foundation would have killed her. She helps him out of the pit and goes to find Darius. But Darius refuses to go. He feels he found his people and wants to live his whole life with them. She kisses him goodbye and heads to the dark room to find Luis. A man sees her there but she shoots him dead. The cave is pitch black and filled with prisoners sentenced to darkness. They are extremely malnourished. Jen finds Luis in a corner and shoots him out of mercy. Coming out of the cave, the men find them. Ruthie helps them escape. They run through the woods. Edith attacks them but Jen kills him. Scott carries Jen out of the woods. Both are heavily wounded. Men from the town are pointing guns at them. But they want to help. They hate the Foundation for taking their relatives. They fight the Foundation together and escape by car. Some months later Jen is back to normal. She lives with her father, stepmom and brothers. One day she finds Venable sitting at the table with the rest of her family. Jen is pregnant with Venable's child. She says she will go back with him if he leaves her family alone. She takes her outside and sits her in an RV with his men. As they drive away the van swerves and crashes. 2 men run outside. Jen chases and kills them. Ruthie walks out the vehicle. Jen and Ruthie walk towards the house.